Hello, here we are again at the Mobile World Congress 2017 here in Barcelona. Hello, my name is Marta. What's your name?
My name is Jonathan Park.
Hello, Jonathan. Nice to meet you. And he's the one I've heard in charge of federal network slicing. Is it correct?
That's right. The project that I worked on is called Federated Network Slicing.
And what can you tell us about this project briefly in introduction?
Okay, 5G will introduce highly diverse services with different requirements. So in order to provide services with the right quality of service, the technology used is called network slicing. Network slicing works well within the boundary of one operator. However, when the user roams, when the user roams around two different countries, then the operator cannot provide the same quality of service because now the user is outside the boundary of its network. So in order to continue provide the same equivalent level of quality of service, now the operators got together and made network slicing interworked, such that even though when the users roam around to different countries, the user can enjoy the same service with the same quality, same level of quality.
And can we say that this is possible at any point in the whole Earth, like even if you are, I don't know, in a big forest in the Amazonas or something like that?
That sounds very ideal, and actually that is the ultimate goal of this project. So initially we worked with Deutsche Telekom, but then we like to expand this collaboration to a global scale. So what we are trying to do now is to suggest this concept to standardization bodies, such that these technologies all agreed and can work in any operator's network.
Okay, can you just tell us which are the first companies in the world that made this federated network slicing?
So in 2015, SK Telecom worked with Ericsson to create world's first implementation of network slicing. That was 2 years ago. And again, now concept of network slicing is being reflected to standardization. In 3GPP, one of the key enabling technologies for 5G is network slicing. It's already included. However, network slice interworking, what we call federated network slicing, is in the very early stage. And SK Telecom, together with DT and Ericsson, invented the world's first federated network slicing. So the answer would be SK Telecom, Deutsche Telekom, and Ericsson.
Okay, and can we say that partnership then is a must in order to be able for the users to enjoy this technology, or no need to? What do you think?
So the users do not need to worry about this consensus or agreements among the operators, because it is operators' job to actually get together and make this technology consistent, such that users can enjoy it without knowing that they are being served by this great technology.
So I've heard that the users can enjoy a very high performance and low latency when they are roaming around the world. What's the name of the technology that makes this possible?
So network slicing within the boundary of an operator provides a good guaranteed quality of service. However, when they roam around, without network slicing, they cannot be provided with the same quality of service. So it is the federated network slicing that provides same great quality of service wherever they are globally, as long as they stay inside the boundary of federated network slicing. So the answer would be federated network slicing.
Okay, we've heard quite a lot about it, and sounds very, very interesting. And what about the infrastructure that you need to provide this technology? Because I've heard that you are using the same infrastructure from SK Telecom that they were using in the T5 project. So what can you tell us about this?
So it is there are many operators who built 5G related infrastructures. SK Telecom is one of the operators who started very early 5G R&D activities. Deutsche Telekom is also one of the pioneers on the 5G R&D activities as well. And together with SKT, together with Deutsche Telekom, they connected their 5G infrastructures together to create the world's first intercontinental 5G trial testbed to begin with. And on top of that, they implemented this federated network slicing POC. So that is very rare because there aren't many operators who owns a 5G infrastructure. But amongst them, SK Telecom and Deutsche Telekom even got together to create this intercontinental 5G trial testbed. That's a great work.
And what kind of devices do you think that we will be able to connect this infrastructure into this 5G and network structure? Because I've heard that the world's first 5G connected car project was connected to this SK Telecom's infrastructure. So what can we expect, like any device?
So one of the very popular use cases that we talked about in the initial phase of this project was to provide services to actually 5G connected car. Let's say, for example, in case of Europe, where the countries are side by side, and also operators are also side by side, and where it is actually possible to roam around as the user drives inside the car. Let's say there's an application, car driving assistant application, and this application requires the network to provide certain level of quality. For example, less than 100 milliseconds latency, or maybe more than 100 megabps of bandwidth. So this service gets offered inside the boundary of an operator, but then as soon as the user drives out of the boundary of the operator, then and if the other operator does not support federated network slicing, then obviously the user cannot be provided with the same service, so the service will be disconnected for the moment. But with this network slice interworking, even though user moves around to different countries or even different operators, because the user is being covered by this single logical federated network slicing, the user will continuously enjoy using the same service with the same quality.
I think, as you said, this is really, really very interesting for Europe. For example, we are here in Barcelona. In a couple of hours by driving, we can already be in France, another country. So I bet this technology will be such a huge success. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us, Jonathan, and hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thanks so much.